Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tubbs here. Welcome back to another episode of my GT6 Pro Drifting series. And in this episode, I'm going to feature the NISSAN GTR. A lot of you have been actually asking me to do one of the episodes on this car, so finally I gave up and I decided to do it. Anyway, after I tuned it, it looks like this. Not a lot of options for this car to be able to make it look even more like a drift car, because I'm going to say it now and I'll say it again in a little bit. This car wasn't supposed to be made for drifting. This was supposed to be a super fast track car that has a ton of grip and power, and it should be sort of like a supercar. But anyway, let's get on to the setup so I can show you guys what is under the hood and all the rest. Anyway, it has 986 brake horsepower and weighs 1,386 kilos. Power to weight ratio, this thing should have a lot of power for how much it weighs, and it actually does. And I'll tell you guys why I added so much power onto this in a second. So once I get out on the track, I'm going to say it now, again, this wasn't supposed to be a drift car. It's supposed to be a grip car, something that handles really, really well, not a drift car. That's why you don't see many NISSAN GTRs drift cars, because they're not supposed to be like that. They're super heavy cars that you should be able to go around the track super fast. So when I decided to take this drifting, the front sort of has way too much grip, and it pulls off to one side when I accelerate. Since I can't make this a rear-wheel drive only, that little 10% of the power that goes to the front wheels is enough. It's like more than enough to basically pull the wheels in the direction that they're facing. So counter steer was really, really hard to get used to, just because I sort of shifted from the way I was drifting before to the way I'm drifting now. And in Gran Turismo 5, this was sort of acceptable, the front pulls to the left or whatever, because I was kind of shit back then at drifting. But right now I want the front wheels to literally just point me in the direction to go, and not sort of pull me in that direction. I just sort of want to use the front wheels for steering, and not also for power. Obviously, that's basically what drifting is. You use the front wheels, you get the counter steering going, you have to keep the back out, and with the front wheels you just steer where you want to go. With this thing, since it has power, you sort of have to flick the steering left and right a lot. And it just looks like absolute shit when you're driving this car. So I rate this car way, way, way below average for drifting, and I know that that's what not a lot of people are thinking, because they sent me messages and stuff on YouTube comments as well, telling me that they're using the NISSAN GTR and it's such a good drift car and stuff like that. I think it's a very, very below average car. It's not that great for drifting. I definitely would recommend something like a rear-wheel drive. If this is how you're drifting online, or this is how you're drifting in Gran Turismo 6, you have to change your style or something, because this is just crap, to be honest. But a lot of people have asked me to do an episode on this car, so I've done it. I didn't want to do one because I knew what this was going to be like when I started drifting with it a long time ago. But that's it. There's your episode for the NISSAN GTR. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.